I remember that warm afternoon, where the golden sun painted our small village in light. I sat next to Amara, my love, as we laughed and shared dreams. "Your smile makes every hardship fade," I told her. In that moment, everything felt perfect, our hopes, our future, and our promise to always be honest with each other. The gentle wind carried our laughter across the fields. But one day, I made a decision that would change everything. I chose silence over truth. I hid a secret about a small business deal that went wrong. I thought it was just a mistake, but it was the first crack in our perfect world. One evening, as we sat by the fire, Amara's eyes filled with hurt. "Kofi, why did you hide this from me?" she whispered. My heart pounded as I realized that my silence was building a wall between us. The days that followed were filled with tension. Our conversations turned into heavy debates. "I trusted you, Kofi," Amara said one rainy night, her voice trembling. I tried to explain, I was scared, and I made a poor choice. But the pain was clear. Rumors spread in the village like wildfire, and even the elders frowned upon our broken trust. The beautiful days we shared now seemed like distant memories, and every smile was replaced by a question: could we ever go back to how things were? The tension reached its peak during a village gathering. In front of everyone, our voices clashed. "This is the last straw," Amara cried, tears mixing with anger. I stood frozen, regret weighing heavy on my heart. I shouted back, "I never meant to hurt you." Yet, every word only deepened the rift. The crowd fell silent as the truth of my mistake hung in the air like a dark cloud. I wondered if my love for her could survive such a storm. That night, I walked alone under a starry sky. The gentle sounds of the night reminded me of old African wisdom. I met Elder Jabari near the river, who said softly, "Young one, every mistake is a lesson in disguise." His words sank deep. I realized that my pride and fear had cost me something precious. "I must change," I whispered to myself. That night, as the moon rose high, I decided to fight for our love. The next day, I set out on a journey to mend my broken bond with Amara. I visited the local healer, who reminded me, healing begins when we face our fears. With a heavy heart, I practiced honest communication and asked for forgiveness from those I had hurt. On the way, I met old friend Sephu, who shared his own story of regret and renewal. "Our failures make us strong if we learn from them," he said. I carried his words like a beacon as I prepared to confront my past mistakes. I finally returned to Amara. With trembling hands, I took her hand and said, "I am truly sorry for hiding the truth. I was weak, but I promised to be honest and brave from now on." Tears glistened in her eyes as she replied, "I was hurt, Kofi, but my love for you is still there. Let us find our way back." In that moment, our hearts spoke louder than our pain. It was not a perfect fix, but it was a start toward healing. In the weeks that followed, we worked together to rebuild what was lost. We talked long into the night, sharing our dreams and fears. "Let's face our challenges as one," Amara urged. With every honest conversation, the heavy cloud of doubt began to lift. Our community also rallied behind us, reminding us that every relationship must weather storms to see the rainbow. I learned that communication is the key to trust, and healing is a slow, brave journey. Just as our love started to bloom again, a hidden secret from my past came to light. An old family matter that I had long buried was revealed, casting another shadow of doubt. "We must face every truth together," I told Amara, my voice steady despite my fear. Instead of turning away, she held me close. "Our love is stronger than any secret," she said. Together, we confronted the issue, proving that unity can overcome the darkest mysteries. Today, as the sun rises over our village, I stand beside Amara with a heart full of gratitude. I learned that one mistake can shake the world, but honest effort and love can rebuild it stronger than before. Love is the bridge that heals all wounds, I remind myself every day. I ask you, dear viewer, have you ever made a mistake that changed you? What lessons did you learn? Remember, every day is a chance to start anew and build a future with hope and honesty. Moral lesson: embrace your mistakes, learn from them, and never give up on the power of love.